I don't think it's an unpopular opinion to think that adding shines to eyes is the most satisfying part of drawing them. When done well, it can really make eyes feel expressive and alive, but it can also easily look off or overdone. So, it's good to have some sense of what you're doing and why. I'm going to define eye shines as the reflections of a bright light source. This could be interior lights, fire, windows, etc. In the case of a window being in front of the person, the shine will be quite obviously shaped like a window. It helps to remember that eyes are round, and you can show that by wrapping the light reflection around the form, rather than, like in this example, painting a perfectly straight-edged window shape. Since these are bright light sources we're talking about, use any color close to white. For small, generic shines, avoid perfect circles, even for very cartoon styles. This isn't just unrealistic, but also pretty boring. Try instead distorted circles, blobs, or scribbly shapes. Quick random scribble marks work well because a lot of bright light reflections are pretty randomly shaped. It's common to only think of putting shines in the iris and pupil area of the eye, but the white of the eyes are shiny material too. If you've made the whites not too bright like beginners often do, then crossing highlights over into the white can make the eyes look extra nice and shiny. You can of course include multiple shines, but don't overdo it. Arcane eyes are a good example of balancing multiple while still making it look good. This is partially due to how the shapes and size are varied. If these were all the same shape and size, it wouldn't look nearly as nice. There are a couple of additional things you can do to make these light reflections feel extra bright and pop more. Get a soft airbrush set at low opacity to brighten up the surrounding area just a bit. In Photoshop, double-click your layer and create the same effect with the outer glow option. Using the same color as the shine itself works, or blue can also look really good. If you zoom way into some eye pictures, you might see that there are some extra vibrant colors bordering the shine. You can paint this in manually, or add chromatic aberration. Find the best way to do that in your program, and you'll be all set. It isn't just bright lights that reflect in eyes, although all of their reflections tend to show only in the darker areas of the eye, not in the white. It's like how you can see your reflection in your TV or computer when you turn it off and the screen turns black. If you paint a reflection as a perfect duplicate of what's being reflected, you may have trouble with the reflection being too distracting or unrealistic looking. Try using low contrast, darkened, and dulled colors instead. You can even break it down into just two values, a lighter one and a darker one. A good example of this is when you're painting the eyes of someone who is outdoors. Say we want this random environment I grabbed off Google Street View to be reflected in these eyes. The sky is much brighter than the trees in the ground, and is sort of a weak light source, so that takes priority as our lighter value, which I'll make a middle bluish gray. It's like the reflection of the sky is a watered down version of the actual sky, a little less bright and colorful. Now, the ground is going to be the darker value, and all of it will be blended together. No details visible inside this shape, since we're only using two values. This is a very simple reflection. Looking at these eyes without the reflection added yet, the darker value of the reflection is technically already there. It helps to think of only bright things having the ability to reflect. The lighter it is, the more it reflects, and if it's a light source, it reflects a lot. The ground, our darkest value, becomes invisible, and the sky is the only thing that needs to be painted in. In summary, for easy outdoor reflections, paint in a gray or blue-gray in the upper dark area of the eye. Trees or buildings will be silhouettes visible in sky shape. If you haven't watched my video on drawing eyes, I recommend checking that out next. Thanks for watching!